A falling object travels a distance given by the formula d equals 7t plus 6t squared, where t is measured in seconds and d is measured in feet. How long will it take the object to travel 23 feet? So we're given an equation, d equals 7t plus 16t squared. And we're asked, where t is in time, how long it'd take the object to travel 23 feet. So that's going to be my d. So 23 equals 7t plus 16t squared. And I'm going to set this equal to 0. Looks like I have a quadratic. And that's because of the squared here. So I'm going to put it in descending order with my squared term first, then my t and 23. So there's our quadratic equation. And we can either plug it into, we can see if it's factorable, or we can plug it into quadratic formula. And so really that's just kind of a preference depending on, do we just want to put it in the quadratic formula? That's fine. If you're okay with factoring, and then we can factor. I'm just going to go ahead and use the quadratic formula. So A is 16, B is 7, and C is negative 23. So x equals, remember what our quadratic formula is, negative b, so negative 7 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and that's all over 2a. So as you can see, there's our function. Now we need to simplify. All right, so I have x equals negative 7 plus or minus square root. 7 times 7 is 49. I have a negative 4 times 16 times a negative 23. But those two negatives are going to give me a positive. And we can bring up, see if we can bring up my calculator here. Possibly. And, oh. I have 2 of them, and I don't need 2 of them, so let me get rid of 1. There we go. All right, so let's do 4 times 16. 4 times 16 times 23. I already determined the 2 negatives gives us a positive. So that gives me 1,472. So 1,472. And that's all over 2 times 16, which is 32. And we can bring our calculator back up. And what is 1472 plus 49? Plus 49. And that gives me 1521. And we can see if that's a perfect square off the top of my head. I don't know. So we're going to take the square root of it and see what we get. And it is. It looks like the square root of 1521. So let's go back over here. Negative 7 plus square root of 1521 over 32. And we already said that the square root of 1521 is 39, which is very nice, over 32. Now here we can split this into 2 different expressions. We have negative 7 plus 39 over 32, or we're looking at negative 7 minus 39 over 32. So we can simplify both of these. Well, negative 7 plus 39, that looks like a positive 32 over 32. So we get 1. And that's a legitimate answer, or could be. Then let's look at the next one. This is going to be negative 46 over 32. And then we can simplify, or actually, I don't even have to reduce. We could reduce it, but this negative right here tells me that that's not going to be an answer. I will go ahead and reduce it by 2. Looks like I have 23 over 16, but it's a negative. And we're looking for time, which cannot be negative. So it looks like it is 1 second, because it was in seconds. So it looks like it took 1 second to travel that distance.